Hello, hello. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome you here at Prague International Film Festival, Febiofest. Welcome to the Industry Day. Thank you so much for coming here or watching us. I would like to welcome both audiences, the offline and also the online on our YouTube channel. We are very happy that we are able to do this pitching, this presentation, which is dedicated to Ukrainian projects who are currently in various different stages of development, production, or post-production. So we decided to create this event, to this pitching and show to possible co-producers, partners, sales agent, distributors, whoever would be interested in supporting one or each of those projects. We would be really more than happy. We are also very happy and glad that we are able to stream this event, and it's all just because of the kindly and huge support of the Creative Desk Europe, Creative Media, the office in the Czech Republic. Thank you so much. As I mentioned, we are going to present you the projects from Ukraine. It's going to be 6 projects. You can see all of them, their synopsis and some other materials in our book of projects, which you can download from this QR code, or you maybe already done it. That's it from me, because it's dedicated to all of these projects, and I would like to invite the first of them on stage. It's going to be Up in the Air, directed by Oksana Sehereva, and on behalf of the Czech producer film collective Pavlína Muzikářová. Hello, and welcome to Prague International Film Festival. You're the second mic, I'm not sure. Would like this one?
Oh, yes, please. Hello. Hello, my name is Oksana Sigareva. I'm from Kharkiv. I'm director of the project Up in the Air. It is big pleasure for me to present this film in Prague with Pavlína from our new co-production partners.
Hello, thank you Febiofest for inviting Up in the Air here. I'm here my name is Pavlína Muzikářová, and I'm here on behalf of Film Collective and the Czech co-producer Karla Stojáková. We have our documentary Up in the Air, which is right now in production. Director Oksana has been following the protagonists of aerial gymnasts and the protagonist of her documentary for 2 years. There you can see the photo of Zhenya, who's one of them. He's 23-year-old, and he's this very charismatic young boy who had been part of the old circus, which is led by his mother, Svetlana. Svetlana is this very harsh director. She has her vision. She follows the vision very strictly, and she's got these quite old techniques and methods. And one of the little boys who are part of her group of children in the old circus, his name is Sasha, he's 10-year-old. And he's this very lively, charismatic boy. And all the children, or Zhenya or Svetlana, they all had their conflicts or obstacles, which worked very well for the documentary. However, that was then, and after February this year, a dramatic change came into their life, obviously.
And now our film, not only a documentary film, maybe now it is a real document about Russian crimes. Now my character is balancing not on the magic circus arena, they are balancing in the real aggressive adult world. Let's watch the teaser.
Тридцать пять, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40.
переживаешь? В этот раз первый раз сам ездишь, да, едешь на фестиваль. Все будет хорошо, мы в тебя верим.
Аня тоже потерялась. Но ты же в номере вообще ничего не сделал. Ты апаешь, когда тебе придется, когда тебе хочется. Ты не забыл, что ты с партнершей работаешь? Тебе сколько лет уже?
8.
8? 9. Ты уже взрослый. Взрослый уже. Ты маленького роста, но ты взрослый. К манежу не садимся спиной. Это тарелка, из которой кушают, так сказать, цирковые артисты. И мы с вами вместе. Так, быстро меня все слушают.
Залазим. Залазим еще немного. На ноги. Докручиваем. Ты собираешься докручивать, нет?
С Богом. Во имя Отца и Сына и Святого Духа. Отче наш, и жиси на небеси, да светится имя Твое, да придет царствие Твое, да будет воля Твоя, яко на небе и на земле.
Ну и что?
Ну и что, они пошли по
Так там комбинат. Это туда-туда у них продолжается еще и после комбинации. Там есть четкие ритмы, которые они не держат.
Вы слышите, что вы ритм не держите? Крытик. Мимо этих идете акцентов.
Вверх!
What's happening with our protagonists right now? You could see Zhenya, who stayed in Kharkov. He joined voluntary groups who are helping in Kharkov to people who are old or in need of help. We have a cameraman there who follows Zhenya when it's safe, and they are shooting whatever's happening to Zhenya. Svetlana and 25 kids left for Budapest. They have a facility there where they can stay and they can practice. And that's what they are doing there. They are still practicing. Sasha his father was not in favor of Sasha and the rest of the family leaving Kharkov area. But then he allowed them to leave. So Sasha's mom, Sasha and his brother, they left for Prague. And it's been 2 weeks since arrived to Prague, so they are now here. What we are shooting right now. Svetlana, who's in Budapest, was invited with the kids to Monte Carlo by Princess Stephanie. They actually performed in Monte Carlo. Princess Stephanie visited the kids, she saw the performance, and we shot this material as well. Sasha cannot practice here, unfortunately, in Prague. So he's going on his own to join Svetlana and kids in Budapest. And again, we are going to shoot this journey of his. Yeah. Oksana had some vision of her movie, of her documentary in her head. However, it's all going to be different right now. Of course, there is one idea for perfect finale, that Svetlana, kids, Oksana are all back in Kharkov, and of course, Russian troops are not there. Russians are gone from Ukraine. However, if that's not going to be the case, Oksana has a plan B for the different finale to be shot.
Now it is our mission to complete this film, and it is our another mission to defend the world from Russia. Our children, I think, deserve their rights to live and dream. Thank you for your attention. Very difficult to say about it. Thank you.
Thank you. If you would stay here for one more minute, I would like just to briefly ask you, what are you most currently looking for right now?
We are definitely looking for co-producers. It would be great if we got in touch with co-producers from Poland or from Baltic countries, because we just believe that this combination of co-production of Ukraine, Czech Republic and countries which are nearby in the region would be great for the project.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Our second project, which is going to be presented right now, is Crimea, I Will Return by Victoria Stoikova. Hello. Welcome to Prague International Film Festival. Thank you. Stage is yours.
Thanks a lot. Good afternoon to everyone. Thanks for the opportunity to present our project. And I am here because the film director, Markian Miroshnichenko, because of the war, couldn't come here and present our story about a girl, Tanya, who experienced some events of 2014 when the Russian Federation occupied Crimean Peninsula, and it was the events which were the beginning, the start of the Russian war against Ukraine, and that is why this topic is so important for us. And now I would like to present you our film director, and he wanted to say you something, so just please have a look on the screen.
Greetings, my name is Markian Miroshnichenko. Unfortunately, I can't join you now, but I would like to talk about my project. Our team believes that it is essential to talk about the occupation of Crimea, as it was the beginning of the war. Crimea, where the first casualties among both Ukrainian soldiers and civilians happened. In this movie we don't attempt to cover all historical events. It is not a documentary. We are looking at history through one person's perception prism, using her personal pain. The main character, Tatiana, has to leave the homeland behind in order to survive. This is exactly what her grandfather, a Bulgarian, had to do when the Soviet authorities sent him and his family away from Crimea, alongside thousands of people of other nationalities, such as Armenians, the Greeks, the Crimean Tatars. We are drawing parallels among the history of 20th century, the events of 2014 and current situation in Ukraine. In all cases, it was genocide. It is completely unbearable for the main character to stay and live in occupation. One of the key conflicts in the film is that the main character, Tatiana, is in love with her colleague Orlov, who later turns out to be a Russian agent. He can't do anything for her because he is not ready to let her go. For Tatiana, however, the most valuable thing is freedom. She sacrifices her feelings towards a man she loves in order to be free. In the movie we see a combination of different personalities and characters. From an opportunistic head of the factory, Krasikov, who loves his pet snails more than his workers, to a bootlegger Savchenko, who helps Tatiana to survive. From a violent agent of Russian Federation Security Service, Chesnyakov, to a principled fighter for justice, Ivanchuk, who as a result dies for his beliefs. At the moment the movie is at the development stage. We completed writing the script and started the casting process, location scouting, as well as the consultation with educated historians and military professionals. The shooting is likely to be relocated from Ukraine to European Union countries. The most probable option we consider is Bulgaria, where some of the buildings that resemble Sevastopol are still present. Besides, according to the script, some of the film events are taking place in Bulgaria's seaside city Varna. At the moment we are looking for partners who could be interested in creating this film, which is currently externally important and painful. To conclude, I would like to say that the title of this movie is symbolic. On one hand, it is call of the main character who promises to come back to Crimea. On the other hand, it is also about Crimea joining Ukraine back after our victory. Thank you. Slava Ukraini!
What I would like to add is that I feel the same way as the main character, Tatiana. I have Bulgarian roots, as my surname is Stoikova, and I'm a refugee too. And we believe that there is a pain which is felt by millions of people during centuries, and especially now. And that is why it's essential to make this story and to show that they are not alone, as the whole Europe witness this migration experience and host us with all your kindness and with all your heart, and we are really grateful for that. Thanks for your attention, and I'm open to your questions.
Thank you so much for our pitch. I would like to ask you a question. How far in development are you? For example, if you're open to, let's say, development workshops, or are you more in the phase of pre-production? What's the exact stage of it?
Yeah, okay, so the script was written a few years ago, so now we are ready for some script doctrine, because lots of things were changed. And as the film director said to me that we can start the pre-production even tomorrow, so we are really open for co-production, for some support, and even to take some professionals into our team, some actors. We would like to have this cooperation. It's really important for us, and I believe that these projects can be screened in any country, and there will be the audience who will understand our project. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Thank you. The third project is called Zabobony, and I'm very happy to present you here Tasia Plešivtseva. Hello.
Hi, thank you.
Welcome to the Prague International Film Festival, and the stage is yours.
Okay, so first of all, I want to say that I'm very grateful to Czech Republic and to all the wonderful people who help us in this very difficult time. So really appreciate it. The second remark is that the project will be topical after the war, after our victory. I hope that it will be very soon. So the name of the project is Zabobony. If to translate it literally, it's like superstition, but it's much more complex in Ukrainian, I mean the word itself. It contains the meaning of the different traditions, beliefs, and some rituals. And the project is on the early stage of development, but its aim is to reveal these traditions to the world, and even to the Ukrainians, because not all of us know these traditions. So a little bit about the background. Myself, I was born in a small town in Transcarpathian region, near the Carpathian mountains. And my grandmother, she always taught me all these like traditions, and we followed some rituals, and it was like a part of my life. And later on, being a grown-up, I decided to study it more. I studied some books about these Carpathian rituals, etc. And I found it really, really amusing. And some of them are really, really crazy and savage, and really interesting. So I know that many people, if they don't study it or they don't live in some small villages in Carpathian, they even don't know about the existence of it. So I decided that this is my duty to reveal our traditions. So it's gonna be the project itself, the film, is going to consist of like 5 novels, each revealing some ritual or some persons, like how to say, the magical practitioners. They're called like witches and witchers. In Ukrainian, it's basarkania and malfary. Like people who are believed to have some supernatural talents. So right now I had one expedition to some small Carpathian villages and gather some information like from the carriers of these beliefs itself. And I was really amused about these stories and beliefs they told me. What I need next, I need to have more of these expeditions to find more of these people, and it's like kind of hard because it's really hard to reach those small villages because they're in the mountains where sometimes there is no roads at all. And you have to spend with these people some time, a week or something, so they trust you and talk about this very, like, you know, intimate theme for them, because they do not like to share it like from the start. I was inspired by my favorite movie of Parajanov. I hope you know this movie, The Shadow of the Forgotten Ancestors, and I know it was screened here on this festival like 2 days ago. I hope you had a chance to see it. And it was created by two great authors, the director Parajanov and the director of photography Ilyenko, whose movie will be screened today on the festival. I really advise you to see it. It is called the Billy Ptach Chorno. I forgot. With a black mark, yeah, I wanted to say it in Czech, but apparently I couldn't manage it. Yeah, it is a white bird with a black mark. So I really advise you to see it. And what inspired me most, that they managed to tell the ethnical story using very modern for the time like techniques. Ilyenko liked to invent lots of stuff about the method of shooting, and they used some even technical film to make some interesting colors and effects. So my idea was, I will show you some mood boards that I want to also to combine the ethnical story with some modern visual effects to make it more interesting for the youngsters. Because I don't know how it's in Europe, but in Ukraine, when you hear something that about some Ukrainian traditions, we consider it as something boring, and young people do not like to hear or watch something about it. So my aim is to make it modern and interesting for them. So here are some mood boards. What should I add? That I have a Ukrainian production company who is supporting and believing in this project. It's called Essa Production House, and the producer Vitaly Sheremetyev. Also have a support from Estonian director Ilmar Raag. He is really interesting in this story. And I was invited by the Goethe Institute in Frankfurt to present the materials of the future expeditions to the students who study anthropology. Okay, I guess that's it.
Thank you so much. I would like to add one more question. You briefly talk about it. Which positions are still open for possible collaborations, for possible co-producers, and who positions have already people attached?
Okay, so I have a producer, and I really would like to work with one of Ukrainian gaffers. He is originally also from Transcarpathian region, and his visual techniques are very similar to what I would like to see. But right now I'm looking for a European co-producer and for a director of photography. It doesn't matter from which country, but who would like to work in something like this visionary.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, welcome on stage. This is your microphone.
Thank you.
Welcome, and we are very happy to get to know your projects, actually two, and we will start with Jakub.
Thank you so much. Hello, nice to see all of you. And I'm film director, script writer, and the producer. And this is a project of a full-length feature film based on real events called Jakub. Jakub is the name of a real person, Jakub the robot, who has saved during Holodomor, which is artificial starvation in Ukraine in 1931-33. He has saved about 3,000 people. And it was created by Joseph Stalin, this artificial starvation. It was genocide of Ukrainians. And unfortunately, history repeats. And on the occupied territories by Russians, they take again our grain from Ukraine and trying to repeat it. They take all the facilities, agricultural facilities to Russia now. So they want to remind us this historical period, unfortunately. But I hope we'll stand it. And during this artificial starvation has died about 309 million Ukrainians. Mostly it were kids. First, who has died first were kids, of course. And this is, as I said, this is historical movie. It will be based on this not just historical period, but the real historical character. And besides the fact that this story is about this hard period, dramatic period, it will be story with an accent on the surviving. It will be story about strength of Ukrainians, because even so we went through this hell. I'm standing here next to you and we are pitching, so we survived. Somehow we survived. And it's a story of the dedicated communist who was believing in Soviet Union. He was created the Soviet regime in his own village. And finally he realized it's the road to the hell. And halfway through he turns around and he changed his position and he started to lie, he started to save those people who he was forcing himself to come to those to become communist, and it was actually similar in Czech Republic as far as I know. Czech people also has a very strong agricultural background as well as Ukrainians, and they were against all this collectivization. And we had Ukraine was among others Soviet Republic. It was a strong movement of, there was very strong movement of the oppression. The Ukrainians didn't want to go to this kolkhozes, to this, they were against the collectivization, and it was twice harder for Ukrainians. They wanted just to destroy Ukrainians, to vanish them. This project was selected to Equinox Europe. It had script doctoring, and the script is written, it's translated into English. I had possibility to shoot teaser with support of Ukrainian Cultural Foundation. Claire Dobbin said it's Australian script doctor, and among other script doctors, they also said that it is a very important story. It's very universal, even so it's about Ukraine. It's about standing up and being brave and just to protect yourself. It's really very, even so it's historical story. It's very modern. I have already approved actors such as Jakub is the main character, Yevgeny Lama, he's Ukrainian actor, and Motra is his wife, Veronika Shostak. I had possibility to work with her at my previous movie, Roman Yasinovsky for the Anton, and another character is a Stabdzadik. They are Ukrainian actors. Movie will be shot in Ukrainian. It is important because it's like it gives the fuel, and really it shouldn't be shot in another language. It's expensive because, as a historical movie, we will rebuild everything. We have to do reconstruction of the props because nothing left. 1930s, we will have to build all the facilities, village. So it will be quite expensive as all the historical movies. The team, I'm doing this project with Maxim Asachi. It's a film production studio, one of the biggest production in Ukraine. He's one of the biggest producer. Me also, I'm co-producing it as a director also. And we have a composer, Svetoslav Lunov, in my opinion, the best composer in Ukraine. He had the only one Ukrainian composer who has Cannes Lions for his musical composition dedicated to Holocaust, actually. And we already have interest on Fritjof Hohagen, producer from Germany, and so we are moving forward to do it. And I would like to show you a teaser of this project, which I had possibility to shoot. Can you please help me? Thank you. Sorry.
У нас більш нема що їсти. У нас більш нема що їсти. Не підведи, другу. Не розчарую. Поїхали. Чого спиш? Чого стоїш? Давай витягуй. Давай.
Тушка одна, дві.
Але у вас є корови. До першого врожаю треба протриматися на молодці. Вступай.
Не вступлю.
Вступає, то посадимо.
Ідіть в сраку зі своїм колгоспом.
Успіхи мають і свою тіньову сторону. Йосиф Сталін. Тепер ти ворог народу? Тебе посадять?
Якщо хтось обмовиться про це поле, то йому не, звісно, посадить. Але й село вимруть голодом.
And yes, we are looking for co-producers. Well.
So you're looking for co-producers. You have already the German co-producers on board. What's the intended schedule of the pre-production or production?
We are in production. We are in development period for now. We were going to apply this year to Ukrainian State Agency for the money, but unfortunately, war changed our plans. For today, in July, I was invited to residency of Ingmar Bergman, where we'll have possibility to do final polishing, and so it just needs really final polishing. The script is really ready, and we are looking for the possibility to shoot it. I'm afraid I don't know when we will have possibility to do it in Ukraine, and we are looking for this as soon as we have actors Ukrainians. I realize there should be room for the co-producer, so open for DOP from the co-producer side to look for good DOP. He can be not Ukrainian. I'm looking. We have a lot of VFX and the post-production, also post-production, editing, whatever. Just art department also could be from a side of co-producer. So we have room there, and because of as it's artificial starvation, you saw the thin people. It's not easy to find them now. And so I think it will be quite a lot of job to do on a movie post-production, really, and a lot of to be built. So, yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Sorry for taking stage second time.
Because there is another project of yours, Downshifting.
Yeah, it's a huge project, actually. Alba Film is my company. It's an in-house company focusing over my project and development of my project. And it's like Almodovar. It was the intention was to create a company as Almodovar's films in Spain to do my project, to make it happen. And so Downshifting is a metaphorical, mystical story. It's based on a book of it calls Satan's Diary of Leonid Andreev. It's a writer who died in Finland, immigrated from Russia, and he didn't finish the book. And finally, I went through this book when I was very young, and I thought it's one of the most human book I ever read from this author. And finally, we created a story. I invited to help me write Roman Horbik, and dramaturgist. We did it as a script together, and it's a story. We rewrote it, so it's. I would say it's more inspired by the book now. The logline is a story of Lucifer, who decided to come back to his roots, to his light roots, because the Lucifer was one who was bringing the light, and to prove his intention to the God, to become again the favorite God's angel, he takes human shape. And he embodies in a shape of the most famous artist in the world and the most rich artist in the world. And but when he comes in the world to show how much his intention are to become a good, here on the earth he meets human who seduces him. I didn't expect, this is a story of how human can be much worse than the evil they created for themselves. And in this historical period, it makes you what is happening now, just you start to rethink of that story and you realize that, I mean, there is like no bottom in the human evil. And I think the biggest demons are within us. And this story becomes again like very topical, and it is always topical, and it was because it's like universal. It is a philosophical and very deep story. Magnus is the main. Sebastian Lach is a Polish actor. I had possibility to join with the story, Crown Plus Laboratorium, and to shoot one scene from the script to see how it works. And I like this actor Sebastian Lach. He will act Magnus. This is this human who seduces devil. And the devil is based on was created by Lucian Frey, inspired by the artist Lucian Freud, who is a grandson of Sigmund Freud. The main character is a painter. So I will collaborate with Yuri Denisenko. This is great Ukrainian artist and painter, and all the paintings will be done by him. His paintings, actually. Regarding location, we have huge. To create the story, I moved through India by the diagonal. It took me, I think, 3 months, and everything what I went through, I put it in a script. It will be shot 55% in UK, European Union, could be any country, and 95% in India. And there will be Gujarat, the cemetery of the ships, and a lot of wonderful locations, bright. And why India? Because it shows we can settle there. I would say it's the capital of like all the religions there. And so this is where I can meet God and devil, really, human and devil, I would say. And God is not there, he is just from a side, all the time exists. But they remind him, but never we can see him, of course. The team, me, and director, scriptwriter, and producer, co-writer Roman Horobik, and composer Svetoslav Lenov. He's my favorite composer. With all of my project, he's there. And he's a very deep person, and I'm saying that when I'm going for fishing, I'm happy to take him on a board because I know we will bring a lot of fish together. I mean, spiritual fish, he can do it. He has this ability to top me up, not to Mickey Mousing. And in Yakiv, he was the sound you heard, music, it was created by him, actually. And yes, I also, as I mentioned, I had possibility to shoot one scene to check how it will work during a Crown Plus, and I can show it to you. And it's actually the chess scene of this painter, devil, and human.
Pomóc ci? Nie. Właściwie to lubię grać w szachy.
To może zagramy na pieniądze?
Ja mam ponad 160 milionów funtów. Można mnie uwieść na pieniądze? Mogę wszystko wydać wolną ręką, a w kilka miesięcy zbić fortunę ponownie.
To postawmy na szale nasze dusze.
I co z nią zrobisz?
Będziesz malował dla mnie do końca życia. Przecież masz w dupie pieniądze.
A jeśli wygram?
Zauważyłem, że podoba ci się Maria. Spróbuj wygrać Marię.
Masz w dupie Marię. Tak jak ja mam w dupie pieniądze.
Tego nie powiedziałem.
Stoi. Które wybierasz?
Czarne.
Przepraszam.
Nic się nie stało.
To twoja strategia reakcji.
Pochłaniania.
Pochłaniania.
Białe emituje światło, a czarne je pochłania.
Więc to już nie jest wojna, to współpraca.
Jak Bóg i szatan. Według ciebie nie jest to konfrontacja?
Gdzie dochodzi do konfrontacji? Tam nie ma tworzenia. A Bóg tworzy.
Zaszokowałeś mnie. Wiesz, że możemy tak w nieskończoność? Co to jest? Zwiększyłeś?
Nie.
Dziwne.
Thank you. It was a task to have just 2 actors in the short and 1 location. So of course in the movie it will be more people on the location, but that's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your presentation and teaser. I would like ask also one more thing about this project. Downshifting, why did you choose to shoot this scene as a teaser?
It shows intense of the movie, this war between human and between this embodied Lucifer and the human, and it shows like all the intense, which is I found this scene like is very. The main scene is a metaphorical scene. It's not a culmination scene, of course not, but it gives understanding of what is the movie about. It's about the philosophy which comes within it, and so this is why.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. And now, last but not least, we do have our final project, which is going to be presented here, Hybrid War. Thank you for having Katarina Shelfchelik here. Hello, you are representative of Starlight Media, the production company of this project.
Hello to everybody. My name is Katrina, and I'm from the Starlight Media Group, Ukraine. And first of all, before I start the presentation, I would like to put the reel. Could you put the reel, please? The ladies who were pitching their projects before me, they were telling how Europe supports us and how thankful we are for it. And we made the short reel for you to feel this rhythm of support of the Europe to Ukraine. here like this. We used in this reel even the mural that is placed now on one of the squares here in Prague. It is drawn by the Kazakh artist, but who lives in Czech for quite a long time. And I asked him if we could use it, and we spread it worldwide, and everybody's paying attention on it. So we're really thankful for all this support. And I'm happy to be here and to present the project that is called the Hybrid War. This is about the politics, and it covers the events from the start of the Putin's regime and to the event that is happening not only in my country but influence the whole world, unfortunately. We all know that in 2014 Russia invaded the Crimea and occupied the east part of Donbass, but just few of us know that exactly at this period the Russia occupied itself because the Putin took the helm. And the Kremlin team from this time has been building a rigid vertical of power, assembling a total propaganda machine and introducing sleeping agents in different countries and using the methods of the hybrid war on different territories. They hold the methods of this war on different territories, and all these events and actions have brought us where we are all now. It was all, in fact, the preparation for the Third World War, and which Kremlin unleashed by invasion of Ukraine. In our series, we would like to raise such important questions as which were the harbingers of the Great World War III, and how was the special service vertical of power built and the ideology of the new Russian world organized? On what territories did the Russians use their methods of the hybrid war? And the most important question that we are all interested in is how far will the aggressor go? There are going to be 9 episodes of this documentary series, and each episode will concentrate and cover the important event of this hybrid war in different countries. We're going to start with the moment when the first Russian president, Vladimir Yeltsin, claiming that he is tired, introduced to the whole world the new aggressor, Vladimir Putin, and he launched the new period. At this moment, the Russian politics is changing rapidly, and the FSB members, the Russian special services, are becoming the new nobility, and they are ruling the country, replacing the free journalism in Russia with the propaganda and fakes. Vladimir Putin claimed that the collapse of the USSR was the big tragedy, and Russia faced the new period called back to USSR. And the first war in the new Russian history was the Chechen War. Then the whole world faced the Orange Revolution in Kiev, and the main motives and the main reasons of it were the dissatisfaction of the Ukrainian people with the influence that the Russian politics had on our politics. And during this period, for the first time, we heard the new Russian rhetoric about our country as the country of Nazis and fascism. And the free journalism on the Russian TV was completely disposed with the fake and propaganda that was the new ideology. At the security conference in Munich, Putin made a speech which actually opened the Cold War, and a year later they unleashed the war in Georgia. Then we have the Maidan in Kiev. Russian occupied the Crimea and the Donbass. Later on, downing of the Malaysian boarding and the Minsk agreement, and also the murder of Nemtsov. We are going to tell how Russia supports the ultra-right groups in Europe and paint Western politics for being pro-Russian. We won't miss in our story the poison of Skripal and Navalny and his back to the country. The last episode will be dedicated to the current situation in Ukraine and the whole world, and I hope that till that moment we will be able to tell about the victory of our country over the Russian invasions. This project is being prepared by the very experienced team who had the deep experience in debunking of the Russian propaganda. Now we are on the stage of development, and we're looking for the co-production partners to deliver the series to the whole world, because I think that this is of big importance and we need to talk about this. So thank you for your attention, and God bless Ukraine and the Ukrainian armed forces.
Thank you so much for your pitch. I just would like to ask what's the intended language, and if you are in any touch or sort of in touch with some international platforms, would it be like more straight to VOD or with televisions? What's the idea about it?
Our idea is to attract a lot of international experts, and the story will be narrated in Ukrainian language, but we're going to translate it, and the experts will tell their native languages. As the topic is so wide and so international, we aimed for television, but as we're going to be very open and very direct, maybe such platforms as Netflix and etc., that will be the right place for us to speak frankly and not to avoid any restrictions that the usual television usually oblige us to do. Because I work for the commercial TV station and I know how it is. We're not allowed fully to tell about all the topics that we would love to. And this is the key, the topic of major importance, though we don't want to have any limits.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for all who were coming here to this pitch. Thank you for everybody who was watching it. Thank you for presenting and sharing your projects with us. We really appreciate it. And I'm very happy to say that all of you, all of the directors or producers or representatives of the projects will stay here for some time, so you can meet with each other, exchange contacts, but also all the email addresses are in the book of projects. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the day. It would be great if it would be here at Prague International Film Festival, and see you later. Thank you.